Hi, I'm Allie,
And I'm Tim.
and in this section we want to cover light and how light covers the subject.
Yeah, it's a good way to see it, both the light and the subject.
Yes, when choosing a spot to have your interview, look for a place that's well lit by natural light from the sun. It's generally thought that afternoon sun looks best on camera. It can be considered golden hour because of the color or glow that it has.
Have your interviewee sit on a couch or chair that is comfortable to them, and that is not in the shadows or direct sunlight, if possible.
If it's very bright outside and too much sunlight's coming in through the windows, just close the blinds some or have a thin white sheet cover the curtain.
Yeah, you can use clothespins, safety pins, or office clips to secure the sheet in place.
If you place your subject directly in front of a large bright window, this is how it will look and record on the camera.
You can't even see them at all.
Too much light from a window can cause your interviewee to look silhouetted against it. It's better to place them around a 45-degree angle from the window so that the light hits the side of them and their face as well.
Yeah, you also want to turn on all the lights in the room and bring in lamps from other rooms in the house to use.
What you're trying to do is create 3 light sources. These are called a key light, a fill light, and a backlight.
The key light is the main light that lights the subject in the room that they're in. For this project, we're using a window and natural sunlight coming in as a key light.
A fill light is used to light the side of the subject that's not hit by the key light, and the backlight gets the top back of the subject's head and shoulders. You can use a reading lamp on an end table as a fill light. It's best if the fill light is about 3 to 4 feet tall. Also, you can use a freestanding lamp on a tall stand as a backlight. This you want to be about 5 to 6 feet tall.
Small tables with reading lamps by the end of the chair or couch the subject is sitting in can act as a fill light and help to light the side and front of the subject. Place the table and lamp or fill light so that it lights the side of your subject at an angle from the key light or sunlit window. The fill light should be placed slightly in front of and at an angle to the corner of the interviewee's seat so that their side and part of their front get lit.
Make sure that you can see the eyes of your interviewee. You don't want to see dark shadows where your eyes should be.
By having light coming from the correct angles, you can avoid this. Don't place key and fill lights on the very sides or directly in front of your interviewee, but an angle between the two.
If you have a taller standalone reading light, you want to use it as a backlight. You want to try and shine the light on the back top of the interviewee's head with it so that the back of your head and shoulders light up.
Yeah, it's also sometimes called a hair light, but don't tell your interviewee this if they're bald. They might cancel.
Remember, don't place the backlight directly behind the subject or it will be seen in the shot and seen by the camera. Instead, place it at an angle behind them and point the light down at them.
Yeah, the idea is to create a triangle of light around your interviewee with your key, fill, and backlights, and also to create a balance of inside and outside light.
By choosing the right spot to have your interview in, lighting your interviewee will be not such a challenge as it may have seemed.
Yeah, just look for a spot that is well lit by natural light in the afternoon and morning, and bring in a few reading lamps to act as a fill and backlight to help brighten up and shape your subject.
But don't forget, if you use too many lights or get lamps that are too bright for your interview, you will make your subject look all shiny and blown out.
Plus, they may get too hot and start to sweat, which never looks good.
You may want to have a small towel or handkerchief handy to keep your interviewee from looking sweaty. You can also use makeup on foreheads and bald spots to reduce shine.
So, remember, avoid dark rooms or very bright rooms filled with windows that don't have blinds, and use a key, fill, and backlight to light your interviewee.
And also be aware of where your interviewee is in relation to the lights in the room. Try to avoid using light hitting only the back or front of your subject, or they'll look flat and silhouetted.
Plus, it's best to have a key and a fill light hitting your interviewee at a 35 to 45 degree angle from the front of them at slightly different heights, and to have a backlight slightly to the edge behind them, hitting the back of their head and shoulders.
All right, ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.